Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Join My Retirement Journey. I'm here just tracking what it takes for me to retire in the United States. At this point in time, I don't have much hope of ever retiring if I choose to stay in the United States. So I started looking real hard at moving to Mexico, and then Mexico changed the whole game up, and now you need some outrageous amount of money of like $4,000 and change a month that you have to prove that you get coming in as your retirement slash pension slash whatever you got coming in for money. And that's just to retire in Mexico. I didn't even look into like what it takes to be a digital nomad, because when I retire, I'm done working. I don't want to work for anybody, and that includes anybody out there who needs, like any kind of a personal aid or anybody to type or anything like that. I'm not interested. I'm 63 years old and I'm pretty much done. I have worked in the transportation industry going on 30 years. And I'm just done. I want to be able to get out there while I still have some life left in me, and I can walk and I can hike. I can go swimming. I can do whatever and be able to get out and enjoy it. So I let my son know, because he needs to know Mom's probably not going to stick around in the United States. And the first words out of his mouth were, "Can I come with you?" So he's looking hard at doing the whole digital nomad thing, possibly just becoming an English tutor in whatever country we land in, as long as we assume we're not going to land in an English-speaking country. Most of them are out of my reach as far as retirement. The ones that would not be out of his reach, I couldn't get into, and I don't really want to. So I lived in Germany back in the 80s. I lived there for 4 years. It was great, and I've always said when I retire I want to move back to Germany. So I really looked into Germany. The only problem there is Germany's gotten expensive. The rents have gone up. The cost of living has gone up. And with my retirement, which I'll pretty much only be getting Social Security at this point, I can't do it. Can't swing it. So I'm just kind of looking at all my options. My brother did say, he's going to Mexico, but he was there during the pandemic, and Mexico worked out a deal with people who were stuck there during the pandemic that he is able to go back and get his residency. So he's already moved down there. He's already gone. He's living the beach life. Not for me. I'm not crazy about the heat. Yes, I like going to the ocean. I like hanging out at the beach for the day, but not my everyday life. So I really started looking at other options. The first place that really hit big was, of course, everybody's running to Panama or Costa Rica or Belize or Mexico. And I didn't have any desire to be in Panama. I looked at Belize. It's too expensive. Mexico was too expensive. And then I started really watching some YouTubers. They're called Amelia and JP Abroad. They started out their expat life in Ecuador. Moved from the United States to Ecuador, and they loved it. So I really started looking into Ecuador because, if these people are selling it this hard, there's got to be something about it. And they weren't the only ones. There's a lot of YouTubers who are telling you all about Ecuador and the little cities and towns that people are moving to. Now, I lived in Montana. I lived up in the mountains, and I know all about altitude sickness and all of that. And I believe some of the towns in Ecuador still sit higher than most of the cities or towns that I've been in Montana. So I'm just like, do I really want to do that? But they have areas in Ecuador. If you get to certain areas on the mountains where it's like springtime year round. So I'm like, yeah, that would, I could do that. I could do that. Spring, fall. I'm a very big fall girl. Love the cool weather. Love the leaves. Love the crunchiness on the ground. Not crazy about pumpkin spice, so we can put that one to rest right now. But yeah, so I started looking at that, and just kind of feeling my way around the world where would be a good place to land. So right now we are getting ready to head over to Albania. Albania fell into my lap. Again, a YouTuber I started watching, Retire with Patrick, and another YouTuber that I started watching, and she was New Life Albania. Young mom packed up herself, her life, her kid, and they moved to Albania, and both of them are loving it. So I started watching them, started learning from them, and yes, the more I'm learning, the more I'm going, yeah, Albania is the place for us to go. So that's where we're headed. And I watch a lot of YouTubers. I do. I watch a lot. A lot of the slow travelers who are popping in and out of countries, and most of them I love. Every once in a while I hit on one where, oh my God, they got to whine about this and whine about that, and the roads are not what we expected. You would think they would take, girl, it's a third world country, so get the hell over yourself. They whine about they can't get McDonald's. They whine about the roads are not the same as in America. They whine about they can't buy American products. Of course not. You're not in America. If that's what you want, go back to America. And that's the harsh reality. Like, you either roll with the punches, figure out what you need to do next, and grow up and get it done, or pack your bags and go back to America. So there's a lot of them out there that are whiny. They whine about every little damn thing. So why are you there? Why are you doing it? If you're not happy, figure out what's going to make you happy and go do it and stay there. Good Lord. If you want everything to be like America, go back to America. There's a lot of beautiful country in America that you could go hang out, go see, and everything's going to have perfect roads, and they're going to have the Pringles potato chips that you want, and the Coca-Cola that you want, and everything else. So why are you making yourself miserable in a different country? If you're not that happy, do what makes you happy. Like, come on. It's time to give it all up and learn to be happy with where you're at. Good God. So there's a couple of YouTubers I can't follow. I'm sorry. And y'all know who you are because you whine about every damn little thing. And but other people, the people that I absolutely love, they put out some amazing content about Albania. There's the people that put out the amazing content about Ecuador. And they show you what real life is like. Let's go hit a grocery store. I need to buy groceries today. Let's go see how much this is going to cost me. And they're going in there and they're buying like real life food. You know, meat and vegetables and their condiments and whatever else they need. And it's real life. It's not like they're looking for the junk food run because they're bored at the campground. So to me, that's better. You're showing me around town. You're taking me up and down the alleys. You're showing me what the sunrise looks like, what the sunset looks like, what the hiking conditions look like. And I love that. I absolutely love that. So I hope that once I got boots on the ground, I'm pushing out the same type of content that they're pushing out. Right now, it's just like, I'm waiting for my son to get here. He'll be here in about 3 weeks. And we're just going to go hard getting rid of stuff that I don't need. Donating, selling, we'll have some yard sales. And we're just going to get ready to go. I do have a roommate who I got to worry about because he's disabled. And it's not like he can just go, get an apartment down the street. He needs to have special conditions. So that's what we're waiting for. Or I'd be gone already, me and the dog. And I worry about my dog because he's not the friendliest of creatures. He's scared of everything. He's scared of people coming to the door. he tries to lunge and attack people who come to the door. I and he wasn't like that until I moved here. I moved from Connecticut to Baltimore, and in that 6-hour drive, something happened to my dog. He grew up, people coming and going out of the house all the time, other dogs, cats, but in that 6-hour drive from Connecticut to Maryland, something happened to my dog, and he just kind of snapped. And we don't do other dogs, we don't do cats. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to make it in a move overseas or not. I don't know. He's a young guy. He's only 6 years old, so I got to give it a try. I got to give it a try. I'm going to talk to my vet and see if there's something I can do to chill his ass out, at least for a flight and for a few days while we're there, because I'm going to need to be in and out of the house getting things done, because I'm going to need to find a real estate agent who can help me find more permanent accommodations than an Airbnb. I need to find an immigration attorney to find out what we need to do and what our timeline is like if we should choose to stay in Albania. And if not, we'll figure something else out, because we have a year over there. I can figure out what next steps need to be. I think that's it for now. I'm going to go ahead and get this posted up. Thanks for letting me rant. That was pretty much all I wanted to do, because like I said, I get tired of hearing all these people who are whining because they don't like the road conditions. Oh my God, there's no train service at 2 o'clock in the morning. Girl, I'm here to tell you there's no train service in the United States at 2 o'clock in the morning unless you're living in Los Angeles. And even they shut down at 2:30. So I don't know what to tell you with that one. Like, come on. If you want perfect, go back to the U.S. where you think everything is perfect. I'm here to tell you it's not. And it's getting worse by the day. So, yeah. Get over yourself. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for listening to my rant. Y'all have a great evening. And remember, hit that like button if you like my content. You can subscribe to hear me rant and rave about things. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm practicing with the face, not making faces at the camera. Been trying really hard to do that, but some days, I just gotta. All right. Peace. Bye.